Hello, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everybody. If you are joining my live, let me see you say hi. Good evening, everyone. Just wave if you are joining me tonight on this Instagram live. Let me see you just wave. Good evening, everyone. And sorry, I have taken about 10 minutes of your time. We are supposed to start this live by 8 p.m. on the dot, but I was on air, I was on radio, and I just left a couple of minutes ago, so I just had to rush down home. If you are on this my live, if you are just joining in, can I just wave? Just wave. If you are joining me, just wave. It's this Instagram live promises to be a mind-blowing and a life-changing session for all of us, for everyone that is joining us. If you are joining in, I want you to say just say hello and wave and say hi. Toluani, I can see Toluani 007. My Oga, I greet you, sir. It's been a while. Good evening, sir. How is everything? How is your family? This is Toluani 007. This man is a dawn when you talk about the health and safety environment professional. This man, I can guarantee you that he is a core safety person. I was opportuned to be under his tutelage at some point. I think that should be year 2012, 2013. Yes, so Toluani, thank you for joining in. This is encouraging. If you are joining this live, can I see you? Just wave, just wave, just wave. Let me know that you are with me here before we quickly go into what I'm here to talk about. This evening, I briefly want to discuss with us about upscaling your career and your business. So we are in the second half of the year, and the first half, there's a possibility that there are shakings here and there, either in your career, in your business, in whichever area, as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, as a career person, or someone that is just trying to start up a business, either small, medium, or large scale, for corporations and government agencies. Whatever kind of business you are doing or career that you are into, this session promises to be a life-changing and a mind-blowing session. So if you are joining in, I just want you to wave, just wave, say I'm here. Let me see if I'm able to get about 15, 20 to 30 people joining in. We just go straight into this live, and I promise you that after this session, you are going to go. Pastors used to say that your life will never remain the same again, and this promises to be a life-changing session. Thank you, Toluani. This is encouraging. So tonight, I am going to be talking about upscaling your career and business in the second half of the year. And basically, we're going to be talking about the 5 ambition drivers. The 5 ambition drivers and the factors that makes up your ambition driver. So we are going to be talking about the 5 ambition drivers. And number 2, we are going to be looking at the factors that makes up your ambition driver. I can see my friend Samtola just joined in. Thank you, Samson. This is another encourager. Aramide Olabulo, thank you for joining in. This session promises to be a life-changing session. Thank you very much for joining in. I got in a bit late because I was on radio where we were discussing real estate, and maybe sometime later we're also going to be talking about how you can diversify your area of passion instead of just being static doing one particular thing. Maybe sometime later I'm going to be talking about how you can diversify your business. It is not we have a lot of people doing government work and that is all they do. So I just came in from a radio show where we discussed about real estate, and we talked about strategic home ownership, and we talked about areas where you can invest and opportunities that are embedded in investing into real estate. So this is another area of my career where I'll be talking about upscaling your career and business. So let's go ahead. So the 5 ambition drivers that helps you to upscale in your career and in your business for the second half of the year. The number one thing, the things and the people who surround you, the things and the people who surround you influences how ambitious you are. If you have an ambition to be a better person, you want to own a company, you want to start a business, you want to whatever thing you are ambitious about, the first thing that you need that serves as a catalyst or as a driver to you of scaling in your ambition is the things and the people that surrounds you. One of my grand mentors, Mr. Niyi Adesanya, in one of his books, talking about he was talking about the geometric progression of your ambition. So, and it talks about who you know plus what you know and who knows you. So it is not all about what you know alone. It also has to do with who you know, and it is who you know that helps you to transform into who you want to become. We see a lot of people who are educated, who has master's degree, even some to the level of PhD, and with all of what they have, they still cannot be able to earn a living for themselves or make a living. So that means that what you know does not translate or transform to you earning money. So it goes beyond you just knowing something. So you knowing something is the first step, and the other step is who you know. It is who you know that helps you to be who you want to become. Are we together? So the things and the people who surround you influences how ambitious you are. The books that you read and the people who you surround yourself with, the other ambitious people, are the 2 of the most effective ways to light a fire in your belly. Can I say that again? That the people you know, the things and the people that surround you, the books that you read, and the people that you surround yourself with are the things that drives your ambition. And these are the 2 most effective ways where you can light a fire in your belly. So the second thing I'd like to talk about here is negative stimuli. They are more powerful at discouraging you than words of encouragement at motivating you. What does this mean? Is that if you are trying to upscale yourself, either you want to go to school, you want to start a business, you want to, just take up another course and do it. If you have negative stimuli around you, if you have people who are putting you down, who are not encouraging you enough, it has the power to pull you down. It has the capacity not to make you achieve what you want to achieve in life. So you have to make sure that you do away with negativity around yourself. Negative people, negative environment, people who put you down, people who talk you down, people who don't want you to achieve whatever thing you want to achieve for your life. You have to make sure that you do away with negative stimuli, because they are more powerful at discouraging you than words of encouragement are at motivating you. So consequentially, it is to avoid or eliminate from your life people whose behavior and opinions put you down. Thank you for joining in, AY Keys, my very good friend, Mr. Tallest. Thank you for joining in. So negative stimuli are more powerful at discouraging you. So you must make sure that you do away with behaviors and opinions of people that put you down, that goes against what you plan to do for yourself, either in your career, whatever thing you are doing. Once you purpose in your heart that this is what I want to do, and you have weighed your options and you have decided that, okay, this is the path I want to take, you have to make sure that you surround yourself with people who are going to be an encourager. Aduke baby just joined in. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for joining into my live. Thank you for joining in. So you have to avoid or eliminate from your life people whose behavior and opinions put you down. Are we together? So the third thing I would like to talk about upscaling your career and your business in this second half of the year is your physical wellness. Whatever thing you want to achieve in life, if you don't have strength in your body, if you are not hale and hearty, if you are not well enough, you cannot be able to achieve anything. So your physical wellness is one of the keys of people who think big. If you are thinking big, you want to do well, you want to, whatever thing you plan to achieve in your life, you have to factor in your health into it. And I understand that Toluwani 007 can say a lot about your health and your safety, talking about you achieving anything in this life. So you have to factor in your physical wellness. That is one of the keys of people who think big. If you don't have enough energy, you won't have enough motivation to put your plans into action. Can I say that again? If you don't have enough energy, you will not have enough motivation to put your plans into action. So you have to demand from yourself the best, both physically and mentally. As a matter of fact, your mental ability will not be optimal if your physical body, if you are not strong in your body. You will not be able to think far, you will not be able to think well, you will not be able to think critically if your physical body is not well. So you have to consider your wellness as much as you consider your mental wellness. So the fourth thing I would like to say here is the sense of urgency is necessary. A sense of urgency is necessary if you want to act on your goals. You have to do it now instead of procrastinating, instead of saying I can always do it later. You have to have this sense of urgency. If you have proposed in your mind that this is what I want to do for myself, you don't have to wait again. You don't have to wait until everything is fine. You don't have to wait for, everything to align in place. Just move ahead. Just start in some ways. Golf TVNG. This is the aviation man. He's just joining in. Thank you for joining in my Instagram live. So you have to have this sense of urgency. It is very necessary. If you want to act on your goals, you have to do it now instead of saying I'm going to do it someday, or just sleep over it and say, okay, well, I still have enough time. Time waits for no man. Everybody in this world has 24 hours to themselves. So whatever you do with your 24 hours determines the outcome that you get. So you have to act on whatever goals that you have proposed in your heart. Act on it right now instead of procrastinating. Akimbolu Jr. just joined in. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for joining in. So you need to have a sense of urgency if you want to upscale in your business or in your career or whatever thing that you propose to do in your heart. So you have to have this sense of urgency. You don't have to wait or procrastinate anymore. Successful people don't have time for small thinking. People who are successful or who wants to be successful in their life, in their career, in whatever area, whatever thing they want to do, they don't wait. They don't have time for small thinking because they want to make the best use of their time. And how to make a best use of your time is to start now. Do it now. Do it now. Somebody can type on the comment section, say do it now. Say act now. Don't wait for anybody. Anything that you have proposed to do in your mind, just go ahead, just move ahead. Every other person will catch up with you. So the number 5th thing that I want to talk about the 5 ambition drivers, is that you can't focus on achieving your full potential if you lack the basic needs in your life. What do I mean by if you lack the basic needs? The basic needs that you need to have in achieving your full potential is a sense of belongingness. You have to have this sense of self-esteem. You have to be confident in yourself that you can do it. No matter the circumstance, no matter the situation or the surrounding or the environment that you find yourself. You have to have this sense of self-esteem. You have to believe in yourself that you can do it. You have to know that everything that you need, the capacity that you need is resident inside of you. So just move ahead. Just act on it now. Your self-esteem has to be optimal. You have to have a sense of belonging. If your self-esteem is low, you may not be able to achieve whatever you plan or propose to achieve for your life. If you suffer from shyness, if you are a kind of person that is always shy, if you find yourself in any environment, you cannot be able to express yourself, and you are shy about being able to say whatever thing that you have in your mind. If you have social anxiety and depression, your plan and action will not be able to come to pass. Are we together? So you have to do away. These are the things that you have to first of all work on. If you want to achieve anything in life, you have to do away with shyness. You have to come forward with full force. Just do it anyhow. As you keep doing it, you will become better in it. As you continue to do whatever thing you have planned or proposed in your heart, you will discover that over time you will become better. So if you are on my life, just say do it now. Act on your goals now. I can't afford to wait. Act on it now. So you can't focus on achieving your full potential if you lack the basic needs. And what are the basic needs? Your basic need is a sense of belongingness and a sense of self-esteem. If you suffer from shyness, if you suffer from social anxiety and depression, your plan of action should start by fixing those issues first. So you need to work on fixing the issues of social anxiety, shyness, and your self-esteem. Are we together? We see a lot of people who are intelligent, they are well learned. When you talk about back end people who can make things happen, they are there. But ask them to come and express what they are doing at the back end. They will not be able to do that. And in so many ways, a lot of people have been shortchanged in that aspect. You see a lot of intelligent guys, intelligent ladies finding themselves in organizations, in groups, in teams, and they are the one making things happen at the background. But because they cannot express themselves in the open, they have been shortchanged about maybe their promotions and a lot of things that they are supposed to do. Are we together? So if you want to achieve your full potential, you need to be able to first of all work on your self-esteem and your social anxiety and depression. Are we together? So I move on to the factors that makes up your ambition driver. The factors that makes up your ambition drivers. Mayor just joined in. Mayawa just joined in. Thank you for joining in on my live. the factors that makes up your ambition driver. The number one thing here is your intrinsic motivator. Somebody may want to ask me that what do I mean by your intrinsic motivator? This is one of the factors that makes up your ambition driver. Thank you for joining in, Mayor. Big achievements are impossible without a strong internal motivation. You have to be able to motivate yourself internally if you want to do well in this second half of the year. Whatever it is that has happened to you in the first half of the year, just leave them behind. Just move forward. You don't have to wait. You don't have to, keep going back, or just lay low and begin to regret about the things that has happened in the first half of the year. Are we together? Just move on. You have to put in your intrinsic motivator. You have to be motivated from the inside. You have to be able to catalyze yourself. Like the Bible says, it says, and David encouraged himself in the Lord. Are we together? After everything has happened to him, they took away his wife, they took away everything that has to do with him. He was depressed and he cried, and the Bible recorded that he inquired of the Lord, and God told him to pursue, that he's going to overtake and without fail recover all. So I'm speaking to you this evening that big achievements are impossible without a strong internal motivation. So that is your intrinsic motivating factors. You have to be curious. This is one of the intrinsic motivating factors. You have to be curious about this thing that I want to do. I need to find out how to do it, how to be better in it. You have to be curious about it, think about it, brood over it, just take a walk, think about it, put up a form of critical thinking. So being curious push you to explore and learn for the sole pleasure of learning and mastering. If you are curious about whatever thing you want to do, it pushes you to explore and learn in different areas just for the sole pleasure of learning that thing and being a master at it. Take for example, you want to be a public speaker. It is what you have innate inside of you. You have the gift to be able to talk to people. You have the gift to be able to advise people. You have the gift to be able to volunteer in helping students and in a lot of areas like that. You have to have this intrinsic motivator. Are we together? You have to be curious about it. It pushes you to be able to explore different areas. Maybe you need to take up a course. Maybe you need to learn under someone. Maybe you need to take up a mentor that will take you through. You have to be curious about this thing. Are we together? And so it gives you the sole pleasure to learn and to master that art. The second thing right here under the intrinsic motivator is challenge. Being challenged helps you to work at a continuously optimal level towards a meaningful goal. Can I say that again? Challenge helps you to work at a continuously optimal level towards a meaningful goal. Also, control, recognition, cooperation, fantasy, fulfillment, act of service, and volunteering are much more powerful. If you want to challenge yourself in being better with your intrinsic motivator, these are the factors that you have to put in place. You have to challenge yourself. You have to make sure that you are in control. You need to cooperate with people. You have to think about the fantasy that you will get from learning these things. Are we together? And you need to also have this sense of fulfillment. You need to think about the sense of fulfillment that you will get from these things that you're looking at. Are we together? So you have to be able to challenge yourself to do what you have inside of you to do. Are we together? So the second thing right here that I want to talk about in the factors that makes up your ambition driver is your extrinsic motivator. Can I say that again? Your extrinsic motivator. This is a motivation that comes from outside of yourself. This is a motivation that comes from outside of yourself. An example is doing something for a financial gain. Let me give you an example. Most people that that are doing corporate jobs, the basic reason why they wake up in the morning to go to work and come back later at night is because they want to earn a salary. That is an extrinsic motivation. It is the money they want to get as a form of salary at the end of the month that lets them wake up very early in the morning and go to work, face the traffic, going to work, and all the stress. They are doing that because they want to get a pay at the end of the month. That is the extrinsic motivator. That is what is motivating them. The money they want to get at the end of the month is what is motivating them to wake up in the morning. The financial gain, the promotion they want to get, the praise they want to get from the appraisals, the approval they want to get from their colleagues, the fame and the power they want to get. These are the extrinsic motivator that is motivating them, that is catalyzing them, that is making them to wake up as early as possible in the morning and then go to work so that they can earn a salary and gain promotion and every other thing like that. Are we together? And so if you want to get fired up to work on your goals, you have to discover a reason that comes from within you, not the pursuit of status alone or for money. If you want to be fired up on your goals, what you need to do is discover a reason that comes from within you. So if you are here with me, just say discover a reason that comes from within you. Type it in the comment section. Say discover a reason that comes from within you. It has not to do with the pursuit of status or money alone. You have to discover a reason, for you to be fired up. And so for people who do 9 to 5, the reason for them waking up as early as possible is the salary that they want to get at the end of the month. So another thing I'm going to talk about under these factors that makes up your ambition driver is your pro-social motivation. Are we together? So somebody may want to ask me that, what do I mean by a pro-social motivation? This action is characterized by a concern for rights, your feelings, and welfare of other people. That is what a pro-social motivation is all about. You are concerned about how you want to help people. You are concerned about the welfare of other people. You are looking at how you are going to help other people other than yourself. This goes beyond you. This is beyond you. And this pro-social motivation comes in different forms and versions. Like I said, it is action that is characterized by concern for the rights, the feelings, and welfare of other people, which includes a wide range of actions such as helping others, sharing ideas, and providing opportunities, comforting and cooperating with people. Take for example what was happening in the northwest, in the northeast, some years ago, that people need volunteers to help people, to evacuate people, and to take people away even from the war front and just to evacuate them away from that. So that is an act of service. That is an act of volunteering. That is a form of pro-social motivation. They are motivated because they don't want people to die. They don't like to see people cry. They don't like to see people in the news wailing. They don't want to see children die at war front. So they volunteer themselves. Even people volunteering as ushers in churches, people volunteering as to help people in a lot of things. Just think about it. So this is what pro-social motivation is all about. It's an act which is characterized by concern for rights, feelings, and welfare of other people. So it has to do with helping others. It is in sharing ideas, providing opportunities for people to leverage on, and comforting and cooperating with people just to make sure that they also achieve their aims and objectives. Are we together? So this type of motivation is a more powerful motivation than the intrinsic motivation that I talked about. And you may want to consider adding a who to your why. Somebody may want to ask me that, what do I mean by adding a who to your why? If you want to do something or you want to achieve an aim, the first thing you need to think about or you need to ruminate about is, why do I want to do this? Are we together? So take, for example, maybe you have a boss, so to say, and you are going to work in the morning. Instead of you have a car, instead of you just driving all the way from your house to work in the morning all alone, just enjoying the comfort of your vehicle, you're thinking about, why do I just want to drive all the way down to work when other people are staying at the bus stop and they don't have, people to help them? Think about it. When you think about why you want to do it, it is this pro-social drive inside of you to be of help to other people, to teams and organizations, to ministries and agencies in their area of deficiency. This is what drives you. This is the driver. This is adding a who to your why. Why do I want to do this? When you are able to, pick the reason why you want to do something, then you need to add a who to the why. So who are the people do I want to help? You think about it. You think about how this your pro-social drive inside of you is going to be of help to other people, to the teams that you find yourself in, the organizations that you find yourself in, ministries and agencies in their area of deficiency. Let's say, for example, you attend a particular church and you see that they are deficient in a particular area. Maybe they are short-staffed in the area of ushering people into the church, or in their protocol departments, or people who are helping to make sure that the environment is clean and whatever. So you already see a deficiency in a particular area, and then you are volunteering yourself to be of help so that that area will not continue to be deficient. So this is what pro-social motivation is all about. Are we together? So the who here that we're talking about is finding the right persons, the right teams and organizations that needs your act of service and will appreciate your value, your ideas and contribution. That is the who that I'm talking about here. Once you find the why you want to do it, once you find your why, the reason why you want to do a particular thing, then you need to add the who to it. Who do I want to help? Which team do I want to be in support of? Which organization do I want to help? Which ministry, which agencies have deficiency in my own area of strength and I want to help? So that is the who that you are adding to your why. Are we together? So the who that we're talking about, let me reiterate it again, is finding the right persons, the right teams, the right organizations that needs your act of service and will appreciate your value. That is also very important. In adding a who to your why, you have to make sure that the persons, the teams, the organizations, the ministry that you are going to be, providing your act of service to, it has to be people who will value you. Because it is one thing for you to be, to give your act of service or volunteering to a person, to teams, organizations, and agencies, and it is another thing for them not to value you. Are we together? So you have to make sure that whoever you are rendering your act of service to as a form of pro-social motivation has to be people or teams or persons or organizations who will value your act of service. Are we together? So the fourth thing that I'm going to talk about here is that your mindset is paramount to your success. Somebody, I want you to type in the comment section, say your mindset is paramount. My mindset is paramount. I want you to type it in the comment section. Your mindset is paramount to your success. If you don't have the proper mindset, you won't achieve your goals. It's as good as not just doing anything at all. Once you set your heart to do something, once you propose in your mind that this is what I want to do, you have to have the proper mindset to be able to achieve that. And let me just say it quickly here that you won't achieve your goals if you don't empower yourself by visualizing the outcome and anchoring positive states to it. Let me take that again. If you don't have the proper mindset, you won't achieve your goals and empower yourself by visualizing your outcome and anchoring your positive states. So what this means is that once you have the proper mindset, once you have the proper understanding, the drive that you have inside of you to achieve your goals, you have to empower yourself by visualizing your outcomes and anchoring those outcomes to the positive states. So your mindset is very important and is paramount in this. If you want to upscale in your career, in your business, whatever thing that you're doing, your mindset is very important. Let me give you an example of your mindset. If you type on Google, for example, if you type on Google that, or you say to Google that, you say, "Dear Google, what is the effect of coffee to the body?" Google will pull out for you all the negative effects of coffee to the body. And in the same light, if you type on Google the positive effects of the same coffee in the human body, Google will give you all the benefits that coffee does to the body. So what this means to you is that whatever thing you propose in your mind, anything that you are thinking in your mind is what will become the outcome. That is the outcome that you will get. So if you put on Google that what is the side effects of coffee, and Google pulls it out that these are the side effects of taking coffee, and on the same Google you put the positive effects of coffee to the human body, and the same Google gives you the positive effects, the same thing is how the mind works. That is how the mind works. So if you concentrate on the negative, you are always going to be getting the negative side. And if you concentrate on the positive side of whatever thing you propose your mind to do, you will always see positivity in everything. So your mindset has a lot to do in achieving your goals, achieving your aims and objectives. So I'm going to say to someone tonight that you need to always have a positive attitude and a positive mindset in achieving your goal. So the fifth thing I want to talk about is writing down your vision. Writing down your vision. Anything you plan to achieve in your life, in your career, even in your education. If you're a married person, about your children, maybe you want to invest, or whatever it is that you plan to achieve. If you don't write it down, it has, the power to fly away from your mind. Like someone rightly said that the dullest pen or the sharpest brain, if I'm right, or how do they put it? The dullest pen is better than the sharpest brain. So what that means is that anything that you write down today, you can always go back to it. You can always refer back to it. It is better than when you just put it in your mind. A lot of other things will come into it later on that will make you forget. So it means that you have to write your vision down so that anytime you think about it, you can always go back to it and ruminate and think about it. So write down your vision. Make it as detailed as possible by using different senses and perspectives. So it has to be so good that you cannot wait to always act on it. So your vision the vision that is written down is what you can act on. Whatever thing that is not written down, you cannot act on it. Because if you are just saying that, oh, I just want to put it, let me just, everything is in my mind. Everything is in my mind. I'm going to remember when it is time. You will discover that when it is time for you to begin to act on those things, you will miss out on the key points that you are supposed to work on. So it is better when you write down your vision. Even the Bible supports it, that it says, write the vision and make it plain upon the tables, so that people who read it they can be able to run with it. Are we together? So writing your vision and making it as detailed as possible is very important. It's very important, and you have to make sure that in writing down your vision, it has to be so good that you cannot always wait every day to act on those goals. Are we together? So you also need to have a purpose. The purpose of having a written vision is to make it easier to think about every single time that you take up that vision. You have to have a purpose. The purpose of having a written vision is to make it easier for you to think about. When you see it, you'll be able to think about it every single morning and every night before you sleep. So it will be something that you think about every night before you sleep, and the first thing that you're also going to think about every morning when you wake up. Because whatever you begin to think about, or you start to think about every morning, has the capacity to affect the whole of your day. So if you are able to write down your vision, maybe you put it on a wall, on a sticker, or wherever in your house, in your bedroom, or on your mirror in the bedroom, or wherever you are able to put down your vision. Every morning when you wake up, when you look at the mirror and you see your written goals down, it has a way of, springing up a fire, or sparking up a fire in your belly. So you have to have a purpose, and the purpose of having a written vision is to make it easier for you to think about every morning. Are we together? So the sixth thing here is the sums of your rituals. And this is going to be the last thing I'm going to talk about here. The sums of your ritual. Somebody will be saying, what do I mean by rituals? I'm not talking about going to cut somebody's head or taking human parts to, for morning rituals. That's not what I'm talking about. What I mean by the sums of your ritual is that your life is the sum of your rituals. Successful people have a completely different rituals than other complacent people. What do I mean? A ritual is a way of behaving, or a series of actions or routines which people regularly carry out in a particular situation. Are we together? Let me say that again. Ritual is a way, or a behavior, or a series of actions or routine that you must be doing on a daily basis, that becomes a part of you, that becomes your life. Let me take, for example, when people wake up every morning, this is a general thing that happens to everybody. When you wake up in the morning, you already have it at the back of your mind that the first thing for you to do is to kneel down and pray. And for people who are Muslims, they take up their mat and they pray. That is a ritual for that everybody in the world does every day when they wake up. So for some people, it is meditation. For some people, the first thing they do when they wake up is they just take a walk, hands-free, without technology. Just do away with any form of, maybe your phones, your whatever thing. Are we together? So the sum of your ritual translates to who you become eventually. For some people, they cannot do without exercising on a daily basis. They do morning exercises. They go on walks. They jog, distances every morning. So A ritual is a way of behaving or a series of action or routine in which people regularly carry out in a particular situation because it is their custom to do so. So, an example of those daily rituals may be your prayer sessions in the morning or every night, maybe meditations. Just think about how your day is supposed to go. Just think about how you want to, do your work when you get to the office. Thinking about how are going to be of help to just take care of your children, just thinking about a lot of things randomly. So for some people it is morning exercises and taking walks and just for you to clear your mind and to start your day, especially. So finally, just going to reiterate everything that we have talked about here from the beginning. So in upscaling your career and your business for this second half of the year, we talked about the 5 ambition drivers. The first thing is the things and the people who you surround yourself with. You have to be conscious about that. The second thing is that you have to do away with negative stimuli. And we said that a negative stimuli is powerful at discouraging you than words of encouragement does. So that means that you have to find yourself around people who encourages you to do better than you are doing currently. And then we also talked about your physical wellness. We also talked about a sense of urgency and how necessary it is for you to be able to focus on your goals. And we also said that you cannot focus on achieve your full potential if you lack the basic needs. And what are these basic needs? You have to have a self-esteem. You have to have a sense of belongingness. Are we together? If you suffer from shyness and social anxiety and depression, you may need to first of all work on those things, and you see your life changing for the better. And then the factors that makes up your ambition driver. The first thing here is your intrinsic motivator. Your intrinsic motivator. And then the second thing here is your extrinsic motivator. This is a motivation that drives people, to be able to go to work every morning because of the money they want to get, because of the salary they want to get, because of the promotion they want to get from it. The money behind it is what is driving them. It is quite different from the intrinsic motivator. Are we together? And so the prosocial motivator in that cadre is what works better for everybody when you put others first. When you put others first, it is the drive to help others that makes up your prosocial motivation. Are we together? So this type of motivation is more powerful motivation than intrinsic motivation. And you may want to also consider adding a who to your why. Are we together? So in adding a who to your why helps you better to be able to understand the reason why you are doing it. And it gives you a sense of fulfillment more than even deriving money or fame or power or whatever it is from it. Are we together? So I am going to be ending this session by saying that you need to write down your vision and have a purpose for your vision. And the last thing here is that the sums of your ritual is a way of behaving or a series of actions or routine which people regularly carry out. And so it is something that if you want to, that helps you to be able to achieve your goals. You have to always wake up every morning and look at your goals and ruminate over it. When you are exercising, it helps you it also helps your physical body, helps your mind to think better. It helps you to think wide, to put up your critical thinking in place and in achieving your goals and aims. So thank you very much, everyone, for finding time to join my live tonight. I hope you all had a wonderful time together, and I believe that you have learned one or two things in this little time that we share together in this my live session. And I hope that over time and time again, I would come here to share with us ideas that are important for us in our businesses, in our personal lives, in our career, and in every areas of our lives. So I want to also say that thank you very much for every one of you that has joined this live. I hope that whatever we have learned tonight, we are going to we are going to put them to use, and we'll see our lives getting better for it. For it. So thank you very much, everyone. If you have questions that you want to ask me, you can send me a DM. If you are an entrepreneur, you are a business person, you are a career person, you need career advices, you have a team, you have an organization where you want to invite us to come and talk to your people and be a catalyst, be a motivator to you, you are free to enter into my DM and send me a message, and let's talk about it. And I promise you that you are not going to be disappointed. This promises to be a win-win situation for all of us in the long run. So thank you, everybody. Thank you very much for joining my live. I hope that subsequently we can catch up with each other, and when we see ourselves again, I know that you are going to be a better person at the end of the day. Thank you very much, everyone, and good night. Bye.